to only find out that now April is remote, like that's a lot. And not only April is remote, but April was moved to May, the second half of May. So you thought you was gonna take it in March, and now you is that anyone's predicament? Because I may be yeah, I may be, speaking to some. Oh, that's you, Latoya. You were supposed to take it in March. Wait, both of y'all? Oh, child. That's okay. So basically, you just need to keep studying. By the time you get to May, any LSAT that has ever any full length practice test, you guys should have taken it by now. Like y'all got like basically like 2 extra months. Like, granted, if COVID is like really stressing you out, then this doesn't apply to you, because I strongly don't buy into the whole, oh, you lack discipline. But like, I don't buy into that, because everyone copes differently. But if you are able to, girl, continue studying. That's all you can do. That's literally all you can do. All you can do. It's saying the LSAT flex will be very much like the standard test. Everyone, it's going to be 3 sections, reading comprehension, logic games, logical reasoning. How long is the test? 3 35-minute sections. Let's see. So the test is going to take 2 hours for standard test takers. Why hasn't the test always been this? I think that's going to be the blessing that comes out of this. I think, like, after this, they're going to realize, you know what? Like, why was the test why was it 5 sections and only 4 of them are graded? Like, I'm sorry, no. Why was it why was it 5 sections and only 4 of them were graded? Like, why was it ever like that? Like, they're proving that it doesn't really have to be this way. So, honestly, y'all, I think so much good is going to come out of this. And then for my future lawyers, that means their whole approach to the LSAT changes because of COVID. Then, that's just fine. And that's what's the saying? That's just, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. How can I prepare for the LSAT flex? Again, the format is going to be exactly the same as the free official LSAT prep practice test that's available on LSAC's Law Hub. So you should really already, be familiar with the same format if you were, LSAC just announced this, guys. So basically less than 2 hours ago, they just announced, March has been canceled. March is clearly behind us. They literally just announced that April is also canceled, and they're moving it to mid-May. They didn't even give it a date yet, but it's going to be online. You can do it from home. Another good question: what if I was approved for testing accommodations for the April LSAT? Will you have your accommodations? Yes, you will have your accommodations. If you were approved for accommodations, they will reach out to you directly on how that will work. They literally are probably still figuring it out as we speak. And again, I'm going to go through all the questions I'm seeing, but I want to get through some of this content I have in front of me. Do I think you take the legal writing? When can I do it and how? The legal writing portion is still a part of LSAT Flex, but just how it's been for the past few months, you can do the legal writing portion like separate or beforehand, or well, not beforehand, but it's that portion hasn't changed. I always thought the legal writing portion was just ridiculous. Like, why do they put why did they put me through that? Why do they put y'all do that? Like, it's just not necessary. That legal writing portion, like, it's, of course, I tell all future lawyers, don't be like a butthole and just type your ABCs or anything like that when you get to the legal writing portion. But I tell future lawyers, don't stress it, but don't just write your ABCs on the paper at the same time, because I know someone that applied to a law school. They had a really good LSAT score. Application was good, but then they were just being a butthole and they wrote their ABCs on the legal writing thing. And they got denied because it's just like, really, like, you didn't have to do that, so they denied them for that reason alone. How will LSAC ensure the test is secure? I really don't think no one's worried about that. Can ProctorU get personal information from your computer? This says no, without your knowledge. Interesting. What if I don't have all the equipment I need to use the remote proctoring? That's fair, if you don't have a webcam. So they're trying to, it says LSAC is committed to ensuring every test taker has the equipment they need to take the LSAT Flex. For candidates who do not have the necessary computer equipment or other necessary hardware, we will work with them to try to provide loaner devices. What? Loaner devices? Okay. What if I don't have a private and or quiet room? Is that anyone's concern? Because I thought about that. Like, what if what if you got a house full of kids and a husband or a wife or whoever at home right now, and it's just, y'all already driving each other crazy. Now you got to take this test from a room. Like, that's a huge concern. If you do not have it says if you do not have an appropriate place to take your test, contact Candidate Services, LSAC info at lsac.org to discuss your situation, see if we can help identify potential solutions in your area. Like, what solution is there? I mean, if you don't have a home office or somewhere to take it, and then the other point about what if you don't have everyone doesn't have a computer with a camera. Yeah, everyone is at your home. Exactly. Okay. I mean, granted, I'm not mad at LSAC because I'm happy they are trying, but of course we still have, some concerns. And I would hope that if for you, the remote testing isn't an option, I'm still reading, but I'm hoping I'm going to see that if you don't want to do LSAT Flex, that, you can just not, switch to another day or whatever. It says, what happens if I lose my internet connection or have other technical difficulties? It says, in most cases, the remote proctoring system will save your progress and pause the test while the technical issue is resolved. Then restart the test and allow the students to resume where they left off. Interesting. My biggest problem, though, y'all, is we all know that LSAC is unfortunately, a huge factor in getting that scholarship coin, right? And I mean, I know this is big, and if you don't have the right internet, if you don't have a computer with the monitoring or whatever, someone made a good point about maybe you can monitor using your phone, but and then someone else just said, we got this, everyone. God got all of us. This will work out. It is going to work out. I'm literally just giving y'all my live reaction because why not? We're all literally just, I think why not have this live moment together, with this news. What will LSAT Flex cost? Same price as standard LSAT. Will there be a break during the test? The LSAT Flex will not include breaks for standard test takers. I mean, it's only 3 sections, so that's, that's fine. You should, whenever you're studying for the LSAT, your study session should be at least 2 hours anyways. So, and it says that the LSAT Flex is going to be about 2 hours. But again, y'all, I just hope this becomes the standard. It should only be 3 sections. And you should always be able to do this test at home. Watch, COVID is going to be a blessing in disguise. Watch. And not just that, I'm not going to call them out, but I just found out that another law school that is very close to my heart is about to start accepting the GRE. I'm just saying, what exactly will the test be administered? So they're saying the second half of May, if you will register for April tests. They'll send out the schedule no later than April 17th. Then, of course, we appreciate your patience and flexibility as we are all working through this extraordinary situation together. The good news is that they clearly got a good team together because, I mean, this is pretty detailed. They seem like they thought about a lot of this. Of course, they can't, as lawyers, we fix problems. This is what we do. We have to come up with solutions quickly. So, just as quickly as y'all are trying to come up with solutions for these logic games and etc., this is real life. You're going to have to, as a lawyer, in this type of role, we're problem solvers, and that's what they're trying to do. And I definitely appreciate LSAC for putting this together so unexpectedly. Um, will I be able to choose my testing time? Oh, good question. Yes, test takers will be able to view available testing times online and choose the available time that works best for them. I wish I could proctor one. I would so proctor one. I would be looking at y'all like, y'all got this. Like, stop playing with me. Like, go on do your little test. Can I schedule for another test time that is not LSAT Flex? Yes. April registrants who do not wish to take the LSAT Flex in May can choose any one of the other published LSAT test dates until April 2021 without having to pay a test date change fee. So that's good to know. You don't have to do LSAT Flex if you don't want to. You can pick any other test date, but a comment that was made on Twitter is, what if you just want your money back altogether because you're now, because of COVID, you're having a little hard time or whatever, can I just have my money back? And I think that's totally fair to ask. Hopefully she calls. I tell people all the time, if the answer you're looking for is not online, just call LSAC. Like, they answer the phone. So you can always call them, and hopefully they help her out and give her money back. Let's run a campaign for Jazz Talks Law for Proctor. Let's. I've been wanting to host one of their webinars and everything. Like, someone said that the experimental section is nonsense. Absolutely. I definitely think it's nonsense. Like, y'all are not guinea pigs. Like, why are y'all testing anything for them? Like, no. Can I take the May LSAT Flex if I wasn't registered for March or April? And their answer is basically no. Unfortunately, only individuals who are registered for April 2020 as of April 7th are eligible to take the first administration of LSAT Flex. Sorry. But they're saying, depending on how the COVID pandemic evolves, there may be more LSAT Flex exams in the months ahead. So, but it's too soon to tell. Let's see. I was originally scheduled for March or April, but I proactively switched to a later test due to the COVID-19 emergency. Can I now take the May LSAT Flex given that I was originally registered for March or April test? That is a great question. And the answer says, please contact candidate services, or in the phone number. So if that was you, if you was just like, oh no, baby, like I need to cancel this, and now you want to actually do the LSAT Flex, definitely give them a call or send them an email, lsacinfo@lsac.org. Will this test format be offered over the long term, even when things get better? It is too soon. This is where I was going with all of this. It is too soon to speculate on whether the LSAT Flex format will continue to be offered after COVID. Right now, we are focused on trying to ensure that everyone who wants to take the LSAT to pursue their legal education goals has the opportunity to test, even during these unprecedented times. So, I'm gonna give LSAC a B plus. Yeah, I'm gonna give them a B plus for this. I really am. I'm not even mad at it. I think they are probably, because if you think about it, it's LSAC, the organization, but at the end of that, that's people. These are people that had to take time away from their families to figure out a solution for all this, like trying to really figure out what to do. So, I commend them for coming up with LSAT Flex. Of course, there's going to be some concerns, especially if you don't have the right equipment or if you don't have a place to take the test and you really wanted to take it. But what I would also say to you guys is, if you were banking on the April LSAT or the March LSAT so that you could start law school this fall, take this as a sign. I really want you guys to take this as a sign. And I say that because for a lot of you guys, you want to go to law school with scholarship. And the thing is, the later you apply to law school, unfortunately, that money just isn't as available anymore. So, if you feel like your world has been kind of turned upside down behind all of this, maybe, it's a sign that maybe you should do early admissions this fall and submit your application day one of the admission cycle come September or October, whatever it is. and boom, you do your three little sections during the LSAT flex, and